Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to
Ranger Danger.
Go, go, Ranger Danger. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Matt and Michael's Ranger Danger.
Welcome once again to Mighty Morphin Ranger Danger. This is a podcast where you listen to us after and before we've watched an episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Immediately, actually. There's very little gap between us watching the show and you hearing our voices on both ends. Past and present. and future.
There is a gap between us talking, because we record a bit in advance.
Yeah.
So there's a gap between us talking and them hearing. But there's not a gap between us watching and us talking.
Well, that's a small gap though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to push the record button and stuff. I'm Matt.
Michael, hello.
We're going to watch episode number 85 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is a monster of global proportions.
That's the name of the episode.
Yes.
The episode may also be a monster of global proportions. Is it going to be like a planet size? Is it going to be like Unicron? I feel like they're not going to fight Unicron in just episode 85.
I would be surprised by that, yes. Unless Unicron was like a basketball being dangled by a string that was spray painted and had silly putty on it.
That's not out of the question for this show.
I know, that's why I said it.
All right. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about this week?
Not relating to Power Rangers, really.
Okay, so let's talk about this leak. Alleged leak, possibly.
I love leeks.
Do you mean the food?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're great in soup.
So, there's a film festival on at the moment.
Yeah.
I believe.
Are they serving leeks?
Jesus Christ. No. So apparently there was, I think I'm going to say allegedly at this point, because I have no way of validating the legitimacy of this.
Yeah.
So allegedly there was a presentation about the upcoming Power Rangers film.
Okay.
And that presentation included shots of concept art.
Oh, cool.
Of the Zords, or of two of the Zords for the film.
2, that's an interesting number.
Oh, it may have contained more, but all I've got pictures of is 2. Now, like I said, I've got no idea how legit this is.
Yep.
There was apparently a video on YouTube that has already been taken down by the time we're recording this.
Right.
So, I don't know if that indicates legitimacy or not.
Okay, so just so I can catch up, do the Zords eat leeks?
There's no. It is a LEAK.
Oh! That makes so much more sense to me now.
I certainly hope so.
Because they'd have to be really big leeks.
Or they'd have to eat a lot of them.
Or a lot.
So I'm going to show you these pictures.
Yep.
If you're playing at home, you might want to try a couple of Googlings. This is probably a week or two before you're hearing this episode. So they may have been eradicated from the internet by the time you hear this. Or it's possible that they may have officially released these photos to try and counteract the leak.
It's really
tough to
interesting.
tell.
They look a lot more like vehicles.
Yes. They kind of... Are you familiar with Zoids?
Yes.
They look kind of Zoidy
like
in
Zoids.
their, plates and multiple overlapping parts.
Yeah. Now, I can only see the Pink Ranger Zord here. Is there
The
another one?
third photo is apparently the Tyrannosaurus.
Let me scroll down. Oh, but even that looks like a jet,
It might... Yes.
which is strange to me.
Yep.
Okay.
I've got...
I was when the pterodactyl looked like a jet, I was like, okay, that's fine. It basically is. But the Tyrannosaurus looking like a jet confuses me. Are they just planes that combine?
I don't know.
Okay.
It may have... It does kind of look like it's got bits that could become legs.
But that would just make it a head with legs.
Well, I don't know if it, unfolds and
Sure.
transforms into also a Tyrannosaurus. I don't know. But so, I don't hate it.
Yeah, it could be worse. They're the right colours, which is kind of a step in the right direction, to be honest. Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's very hard from concept art to...
Yeah, I mean, as far as legitimacy goes, it definitely looks how concept art looks.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like, Matt's done a sketch of what he would like these robots to look like.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
Yeah, they... Boy.
Have we ever put any of my sketches up?
I think I'm going to put one up later this afternoon for a couple of episodes ago.
Okay.
It's.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you should be. Oh, boy. Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
The fact that the video's been pulled from YouTube is a little suspicious, maybe. But also, I can see Saban doing that for any kind of other reason.
Oh, yeah. I can see Saban doing that for fun.
Yeah, so, you know, who knows?
Who does know?
I guess we'll find out. All right, a monster of global proportions.
Yeah.
It has to be a big monster, but this show has big monsters every week.
I think you are expecting a lot more from the name than this show typically delivers.
I'm just expecting the name to be, like, in some way indicative of what's going on in the episode.
It could just be a monster that is, like, bad. And it's like a risk of global proportions, although it never is.
Oh, like when Pudgy Pig was going to eat all the food on the planet.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Or that weird...
Could Pudgy Pig be back?
I don't
He wouldn't come back for a third time, would he? We got lucky with the second time.
We really did. But there was that like tentacle plant monster that wrapped up the Earth. You remember that?
Vaguely?
Yeah, it was like a really bad special effect that was like, you know, a basketball painted as the Earth that had like vines wrapping around it.
Saying it was like a really bad special effect does not narrow it down.
Certainly, okay.
All right, let's go watch A Monster of Global Proportions.
Yep.
And I guess we'll be back in a bit.
See you soon, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I don't know what it is about me podcasting unwell lately, but I have the worst headache right now. It really feels like just like a huge turtle got dropped on my head. Like,
For once, it's not the show's fault.
yeah.
I'm willing to put that in the top 5 episodes we've seen.
Wow, that's
I
pretty...
really liked that episode.
Well, yeah, I definitely would go that far, but it certainly had enjoyable bits. Yeah, so I'm going to push through my headache, and we are going to talk about this episode.
So, where do we start off, Michael? So they're in the park at the start of the episode?
No, we're in the youth centre.
Youth centre, that's right.
There's students from all over the world have come to talk about global problems.
Yes.
It's a World Teen Summit.
Yes.
I'd like to point out that maybe one of these people can pass for a teenager. The rest of them do just look like adults.
Yes, that's definitely true.
There's Charlie from Australia, who is deeply offensive and fuck you guys.
Yeah, that really hurt us. Like, the rest of these guys are, like, you know, racially insensitive.
Yes.
But
one of them is racially insensitive to us.
that's right. That's not okay.
He's dressed like Paul Hogan in Crocodile Dundee. He's called Charlie, and I think his one line ends in the word mate.
Yes. That was hurtful.
I mean, that part's not untrue.
You actually say mate to some people.
I say it a lot. It's a trick I developed in customer service.
Is it like, what does the trick achieve?
People think you're their mate if you call them mate.
Oh, that's devious.
I mean, it's not that devious.
It's pretty devious.
So there's Boris from Russia.
Yeah.
Pablo from Mexico.
Yeah, who is... All of these look like if you went to the Halloween costume store, you're like, I want to be a Mexican.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's someone from Israel whose name I didn't write down.
Is that Tiffany?
That could be it.
Yeah.
And a couple of others.
There's a gentleman from the country of Africa, I believe.
Yeah, he just represents all of Africa.
Yeah. Who else? So Israel...
I think there's one more.
Who are we forgetting? Oh, there's a lady from China.
Oh, of course.
In-
Also dressed as an offensive stereotype.
Yeah. Like, if you went to, like, a really poor... Not poor, but, like, cheap and hacky Chinese restaurant out in the suburbs, and they pandered to their ignorant customer base by sort of putting on faux Chinese sort of...
Let me put it this way. If you asked your grandfather to draw what a lady from China looks like, this is what he would draw.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's also some sort of horrific monster trophy.
Yes.
Which we learned was sculpted by Angel Grove's art class. Mm-hmm. It's a symbol of peace, I guess because everyone would be too scared to fight it.
I like to think that Angel Grove's art class is now Finster, who, like, having nothing else to do with his time, took some art classes... and then accepted him. Because, you know, he's at a loose end. He's not really a bad guy at heart. And he created this sculpture, meaning totally well.
So it's wearing like a kimono type of dress.
Yeah.
And it's got 4 long alien heads
Yeah.
coming out of a single central point in all 4 directions.
Now, we should say that that's not like lowercase alien.
No, that's like xenomorph, capital, like elongated monster head.
Yes.
With 4 horrific faces on them.
Yes.
And they apparently represent wisdom, beauty, strength, and vitality. Which
Which, all ridiculous. Beauty the most of all. Because it's horrendous looking.
all right, so Billy is hosting this summit.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a big deal.
Yeah.
The panel will also be interviewing teens to see... This part I wasn't sure on. Who's going to the next one?
I think, or there's like a world summit.
Yeah.
So this seems to be like, again, I think this is as hazily defined for them as it is for us.
Sure.
But this is like a traveling sort of convention one, and they're going around to different high schools.
Right, and they're going to pick someone from America or Angel Grove.
Yeah, and there's just going to be, I suspect, like a large group of people all going to Geneva in Switzerland, I believe.
Right.
To have like a big summit.
That's not mentioned in the episode. You just know what's coming.
Maybe.
I don't think they say Switzerland at any point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so none of these people look like teenagers, although they all ostensibly are teenagers. Bulk and Skull have a theory.
Yes.
There's 5 of them.
No,
and
there's
they're
6
all-
of them.
Maybe there's 6 of them. I don't know. There's the right number of them, and they're all, very clever and multi-ethnic, and therefore, maybe they're the Power Rangers.
Like, for the first time, that's not a bad guess.
No.
Well, except
If they applied that logic to a group of teenagers who are constantly in Angel Grove,
Yeah.
they'd have figured it out 6 months ago.
Yeah. I guess sort of in Angel Grove is the key thing there. Like,
Yes.
they came from other countries recently. Anyway, that's fine.
Right. Lord Zed also has a plan.
Yes.
It's the worst defined plan he's ever had.
It's pretty bad.
So they're going to use the teens
Yes.
to make his own Power Rangers?
Yes. Making, like, for a while, stealing Tommy's Green Ranger powers was his whole deal.
Yep.
He accomplished that. Now his thing is he wants his own Power Rangers. Like,
Yep.
we had that with the ninjas recently.
This episode is basically the last 3-parter
Yeah.
repeated with a different group of teenagers.
Yes.
It's
And-
not even there's not even an episode in between.
And so much better because it does it in one episode instead of 3.
Absolutely. It is actually bizarre that they've just repeated this plot line in literally consecutive episodes.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. This episode also, we should mention, barely pretends that those other 3 guys are in the show anymore.
Yeah, it's really interesting because there's a putty fight in the park, which we'll get to in just a moment.
Yep.
That the sort of continuing 3 Rangers are there and the soon-to-be 3 Rangers are there. And that whole thing is just played like those guys are the Power Rangers.
that's
now.
just the team
That's
now.
the team. And it's,
The only time we see those other 3 is they're on the viewing globe briefly.
That part, like, it's handled kind of well,
Yeah.
I think. But it's getting to the point where those shots are so sparse that it's easy to forget those guys are even in the show
The
anymore.
weird part is that it doesn't explain why they're not just around
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, you could have easily said, like, they're off organising another part of the...
But I guess, like, if every episode you're like, oh, those guys are off doing this, and they're off doing that, it starts
Sure,
to...
eventually it's going to start to wear.
Yeah.
So what Lord Zed needs now is the power coins.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah. Well, you want Power Rangers, you need Power Points.
Sure,
I
that's
see the
fair
logic
enough.
there.
So we're at the park now.
Yep.
And Tommy and Adam are teaching some of the delegates some martial arts.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of like that in
Yeah.
a weird way. It's like, what do these guys have to contribute to this experience?
peace.
Oh, they could teach them martial arts.
Yeah.
That's something they could actually do that makes a lick of sense.
I love the thought of a small world peace summit
Yeah.
going to Angel Grove, the one city on Earth that is constantly beset by giant monster attacks.
But that's like interplanetary war, really.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah.
But, like, I feel like you'd have that summit as far away from the giant monster attacks as you could.
Yeah, you'd want to do that.
All right. So, Billy.
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty smooth.
Here's the thing about Billy. Like, he has the most romances of any of the characters.
Yes.
And, like, that's going to continue on as a thing as well. But they never go anywhere.
No. He's in this one. Billy flirts with the girl from Israel.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, there's one scene of them flirting.
He says, "Are all the girls in your country as beautiful as you are?"
I wrote that one down. That's a good line.
No, it's not a good line, Michael. That's
It's a
creepy.
good line if you're organising a peace summit
No.
and she's already into you. I think that's the trick.
I just, yeah, like,
You couldn't start with that,
If it-
especially if you're in the same country that you're always in.
if he's organising the peace summit and she's one of the visiting people,
Yeah.
that's like some weird, like,
abuse of power.
Yeah. And, like, it just, don't, just talk to girls, guys. It's not that hard.
Hold on. I'm going to make notes. You say talk to them?
Talk to them like people.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That second part's really important.
Like, you mean like human people?
Yeah, like real people that have thoughts.
I think we're going to have to take this one off air because I think I need to write some more notes down. So, everyone's got matching shirts. I feel like that's kind of important to mention because Adam's wearing black pants.
Yes.
They couldn't let this show for a second. Like,
No.
he's not the Black Ranger yet.
In the opening scenes too, when those guys are there, that Rocky and Adam are wearing like red and black, like sort of open shirts as well. They just they can't.
The show has just slotted them straight in. They're probably wearing clothes that were intended for the other guys.
Yes.
It's kind of impressive in how just wholeheartedly the show has accepted them and just...
Yeah, because it's interesting. You were saying a few episodes ago that it's really weird that they go a few episodes without having these guys become Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But effectively,
They are.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't do is morph and become the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
All right, so...
And they could, and it would make no difference to the plot.
No, not at all. So, putties teleport down to the park.
Yep.
All of the youths, Billy sends whatever her name is.
Tiffany?
Tiffany?
I don't know.
It definitely started with a T. Tamara.
Oh, I was pretty close.
All right, that sounds right. So he sends her back to the youth center quite forcefully.
Yeah.
She's like, but Billy, and he's like, no, fucking go, okay? I got this.
Israel, just listen to America. America knows best.
Oh boy. Yeah, if you view them as like representative of their countries, it does suddenly become horrible.
It really does.
Because in the next bit, America tells all those countries to go off and hide.
Yeah.
Which is what gets them into even more shit.
Yes. It says, don't worry, everyone. We've got the military might to overcome this situation. Let us take care of it.
And while they're blowing up the kind of terroristic enemies,
Yeah.
other shit is just going on and making everything worse.
Yeah.
Who is Goldar in this?
Who is Goldar?
Is Goldar ISIS?
No, I think like Lord Zed would be ISIS.
Right.
I think Goldar would be like Karl Rove. Don't you think?
Okay. All right. So, in case you couldn't decipher what happened from that, the Power Rangers say to the delegates, go off and hide behind a bush.
Yep.
We'll take care of these monsters.
Yeah.
They do take care of the monsters in what is a pretty great putty fight.
Yeah.
It feels fast and like...
We should briefly say that when we say the Power Rangers, we don't mean Jason, Trini, and Zach.
No, we mean the new Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a great fight. Like,
There's-
and it's interesting. Like 5 for 1 starts playing, and it's really cool because it gets you pumped up. But then you're like, hang on, there's 6 of them, and this song is about the Power Rangers, and this isn't the Power Rangers.
3 of
yet.
them are Power Rangers,
Yeah.
and 3 of them are just helpful local youths.
Yeah.
It does kind of imply, though, that anyone could just punch a putty. Like, they're not particularly strong. I know that those guys are,
Ninjas.
like, the 3 best ninjas in the world, apparently. But still, that doesn't make them, like, super punchy.
Yeah, but the Power Rangers fight the putties before they morph all the time.
Yes.
You know? So they don't have any more powers than they normally would.
I guess, sure.
They are people
Yep.
in that situation. So that I don't have a problem with that.
So, while they're fighting putties, straight away, the delegates get captured by Goldar.
It happens in like 2 seconds.
This bit is amazing, right? Because Goldar teleports down with
Yeah.
some putties, says to them, right, you're all captives of Lord Zed now.
Yep.
Then marches them to a cave.
Yes.
We've seen him teleport bulk groups of people literally weeks ago.
Michael, last week he teleported some Muse to a cave. He can't do the same thing every week, or he'll get bored in his job. You know, you've got to mix it up.
It's important to shake it up.
Yeah, sometimes you got to teleport to the cave, sometimes you got to walk. See the world. Stop and smell the roses that are near the Cave of Despair.
Is this the Cave of Despair? It looks a lot like the Cave of Despair.
There is no way in the world this isn't the exact same cave we saw last week, Michael.
But the problem with that logic is that's also the same cave that we've seen for 85 episodes, and every time it's been a different dimension.
I don't think it is, though.
Okay.
Even within the canon, I think
It's the same. This is the convert people to evil cave.
Yes. And that's why when the Rangers are like, we can't find them, where should we look? I was like, look in the fucking cave. They're only ever going to be in the cave. If someone's kidnapped, it's the cave. Unless they're Power Ranger, it's Goldar's fuck dungeon, but they're not Power Rangers, so they're in the cave.
So Bulk and Skull follow
Yep.
for comic relief, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah. All right. I would like to comment now.
Yes.
They all have matching shirts, all of the teens.
Yes.
Kimberly's has been cut off so that you can see her stomach.
Yes.
Did she do that?
Yes,
Or
100%.
Or did the organisers of the convention plan like a separate sexy girls shirt?
No, that's like, I hate being fair to Power Rangers, but that seems pretty consistent with Kimberly as a person.
Okay, it's a good look.
Yeah. Like they all kind of rock that look.
Yeah.
Like it should be a daggy look, but even Tommy with his like shoulder length hair and the
What
shirt.
is the deal with Tommy's hair?
I don't know.
Tommy's hair is in the position where it would look fine if he had it pulled back into a ponytail.
Yeah.
No one would think.
Yeah.
But it's a bob.
Yeah.
It's just sitting around his face.
Yeah, but even with that and with his dorky like teen piece convention shirt tucked into his like khaki shorts, it still looks kind of good.
Yeah.
Right? And like,
Yeah. They make it work.
yeah.
So they go look for the other teens.
Yeah.
They can't find them.
Because they didn't look in the cave.
That's when they get the best delivery of an evil note I've ever seen. It's like a small scroll
Yeah.
that floats down on a yellow parachute.
Isn't this the second time that this has happened? Because when there was the evil island, the floating...
You know, didn't he write that message on the sand with his sword with fire?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because what I've got in my notes is, why would you ever not do that to
Yeah.
deliver messages?
That's true, because he did like Lord Zed's face in flames or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But this time he delivers it like those little care packages in the Hunger Games.
What's all I see?
I hope he threw it down from the moon.
Just good arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he does throw those explosive bombs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right. Cool.
It's just, it's great.
So that happens.
He unravels it.
Yeah.
And what it basically says, if you don't give us your power coins,
Yeah.
you will never see these people again. It doesn't mention that if you do give them your power coins,
Yeah.
they'll be converted into the forces of evil and you'll have to fight them.
That's implied, I think. But the way the note is read, it's like, you have to hand over your power coins or we'll never see them again. So I like to think that the note actually said, hand over your power coins or we'll rip their fucking heads off.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, no, I will sort of trim that one back.
I'll sanitize that for
Yeah.
everybody else. I'm just trying to imagine Goldar tying the note to the parachute.
Oh, you know it took him like 45 minutes.
He's got those. I'd struggle with that, and he's got big paws.
Yeah, those huge paws. He's like, I needed to get bigger string.
All right, so in the
He's at the craft store, like, do you have anything more user friendly?
biggest string you've got?
I'm sorry, sir. We're all out of the big rope.
All right. Do you have a parachute?
Why don't these just come pre-made?
I'm sorry, sir. You'd be amazed how rarely people need to send evil notes on parachutes.
Okay,
So in the command center,
Yep.
Zordon tells them that with Tommy as leader of this team,
It's brought up in the least organic way.
above all, you must defend these new student leaders.
Yeah.
World peace may depend on them.
Yeah, this is a real like kind of the my favorite part of the episode because they start talking like it's going to be an international incident.
Yep.
Like if those like teens on the weird like world peace tour get hurt, the other countries will declare war on America because of Goldar.
Like, let's be honest. If an Australian went to America,
Yeah.
and like on a peace summit,
Yeah.
and there was a terrorist attack and they died,
Yeah.
we'd be pretty like upset.
Not in
but
America,
I don't think
though.
we'd declare war on America.
No, I don't think so. We might declare war on the moon. And God, I wish we did that. But
Imagine if we declared war on the moon.
That'd be so
Why
good.
hasn't the world of Power Rangers declared war on the moon?
that's definitely a good question. Who knows? We've talked about this before, about how you get a team of Navy SEALs, you train them to be astronauts, send them to the moon, and just poof.
No, Matt, if Armageddon has taught me anything, you
need
train
oil riggers.
oil riggers to be Navy SEALs and astronauts.
Well, okay, maybe that's just the way to do it. You don't go and shoot Lord Zed. You just go and pop a nuke in the moon and blow that thing up.
I don't know that it's worth losing the moon. I think the moon's pretty important.
I understand that it's important, but big monsters, got to weigh it up.
That's fair. So Alpha contacts the others to
Yes.
let them know that he'll need them to morph into action.
Yep.
Which means come with your helmets on so you can just be some dude in a suit. It's not bad.
It's not a bad sort of cover of the fact that those guys aren't there, and it's good to see them talking,
Yeah.
and not just like not facing the camera.
Yeah, it's just a clip of Jason going like, "What's going on, Zordon?"
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Yeah, oh sure."
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's clipped from some other episode that we don't remember.
100%.
But, it's just
It could be clipped from like any one of 40 episodes.
so they go to the outside of the cave.
Yep.
Tommy hands over the power coins in a box.
Yep.
Goldar instantly goes, "Haha, fuck you guys. I'm not turning them over." So,
He's the biggest idiot in the world.
and without your power coins, you're hopeless. So, time to die. At which point, Tommy and Billy instantly go, "Yeah, those aren't the power coins.
You idiot."
We knew this was coming on account of we've met you before."
Goldar is an idiot in this scene for probably like 4 reasons. The first of all, don't we know from experience that if the Rangers hand over the power coins, they don't have the powers anymore?
I'm pretty sure that's happened in the past.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they wouldn't be morphed. If you grab the power coins from the Power Rangers, let's take a step back. Because after Goldar's like, oh, these, after Billy says those aren't the real power coins, he just grabs them back. And Goldar is completely defenseless to stop
Even if
that.
they had been the real
Yeah,
power coins.
exactly. He
Goldar
could have
would
just
gone-
immediately taken them back. But
No, Matt, I think Goldar's working on the rule of no take backsies.
yeah, and like there's this like really obvious plan that for some reason Goldar falls for, but it doesn't make any difference
No.
to what happened. They could have just gone there, said, Goldar, we're not giving you the power points. They would have had the exact same fight, and the same thing would have happened.
I've just thought of another question.
Yes.
This, at least in theory, gets the Power Rangers kind of close to surrendering their power coins, right? If there was like some sort of added time pressure and Goldar was less useless and checked,
Yep.
this could have ended with them giving up their power coins.
Yeah, that's what they did last time. Remember, it was the teens' families. They handed over their power coins. Yeah.
Why don't they just kidnap people every week?
Yeah.
Just keep kidnapping people until they give up their actual power coins.
Yes.
And then shoot them all in the head.
Yes. That's exactly what they should do, but they don't. Thankfully, because they're idiots.
Yep. Tommy is fighting Goldar now.
Yeah, that's cool. I like seeing Goldar fight.
Yeah.
As much as it never ends well because Goldar can't die but can never succeed.
Yeah.
So it always just ends in him bitching out. He's a cool character visually.
Yeah.
And he makes for a good sort of... I think because they've both got elements of gold on them, just visually, it makes for a cool sword fight with the White Ranger.
It's a little sad that the Red Ranger has kind of given up that, but I understand that you can't give that to Rocky.
Yes. He just can't handle that responsibility. Even fighting Goldar, I think, is a bit out of his league.
You mean old stabby floor Goldar?
That's right.
All right, so that's
If it was Rocky in that situation, skewered immediately.
You wish. Goldar teleports away.
Yep.
They rescue the teens.
Yes.
Goldar
But then
says-
they run into the cave and they're like, okay, guys, the force field is down. We never see the force field. We never see the force field go down.
No.
They couldn't even bother to put that special effect in. It's so bad.
Goldar says, when next time we meet,
Yeah.
you will not be so fortunate.
Yes.
Historically,
Yeah.
that is not the case.
No, and also, like, they weren't even that fortunate. It wasn't that luck was on their side.
No, they played Goldar like a fiddle.
Yeah, but, like, they did, and they also didn't need to.
Yes.
They just came and outmuscled him quite easily.
Oh, boy.
Every part of that plan was so dumb.
So, look, they take the teens back to the youth centre.
Yep.
Bulk and Skull find the power coins. They think they've hit on a pretty big deal. They discover that they're chocolate.
This is actually I liked this little moment, because when Bulk opens up the box and sees the power coins, he has this look on his face of pure joy, of like, oh my god, this is going to be a life-changing moment for me.
Yep.
Like, my life is made now. No more slumming it. No more sort of feeling like a reject because I don't do well in school. This is my moment to shine. And then
Skull starts eating one.
No, the Skull starts.
Where did they get chocolate power coins from?
Well, I think it really comes down once again to branding, Billy's branding ability.
Right.
Like, they just got some chocolate coins, but as we know, Billy can put those power coin symbols on anything,
That's fair.
including like big mirrors or electronic devices in seconds.
Yep.
Because above all, Billy's a branding expert.
He's just got like stickers of them and he just whacked them on the front.
Yeah. So there's this moment where Bulk is absolutely dejected because like he thought his life was made, but no, it's all gone. But then Skull offers him the chocolate.
Like an aeroplane.
Like an aeroplane. And at first he's like, no, I'm too sad. I can't do this now. It's too much. But Skull wears him down and then he reluctantly takes a bite of the chocolate. It's the saddest thing in the world.
Oh, boy. Okay, at this point,
Yeah.
I kind of thought, oh, that was a short episode.
Yeah.
We're not even close to done.
Yeah, you forgot the monster.
Yeah.
Because I think up until this point, the show forgot the monster.
So, yeah, Lord Zed turns that horrible trophy monster
Yeah.
into a giant monster,
Yes.
or a regular-sized monster,
Yeah.
called Forehead.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's all right. We basically go straight to the power cannon. Which,
Yeah, that's like, it's such a blistering scene because the monster appears. We don't even really get an establishing shot of the Rangers.
Yeah.
We just get the power blaster forming immediately.
Yeah.
And then explosion. Like, we go from monster creation to monster explosion in the space of about 15 seconds.
I think this might be an issue of they didn't have footage of the Rangers fighting the monster.
Yes.
Because two different shows.
Yes.
And either they didn't have the costume or couldn't afford to shoot more. So they just skip straight to it.
Breeze through it.
Do you know if the new Rangers use the power blaster?
I'm pretty sure they do, yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise this might be the last time.
No, I don't think so.
We haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah. But yeah, that happens very immediately. And then Lord
Zed
Zed,
makes it
without missing a fucking beat, makes it grow.
Yep.
The Zords come out immediately. And they form the Mega Tiger Zord.
Yep.
And again, within a second of the Zord's feet touching the ground, it shoots the Firebird.
Firebird arm cannon rad
Tron,
thing.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, now the episode's over. At which point Forehead just smacks it back into them.
It was so jarring because, like, it did that with the Power Blast. It just, like, breezed through things like it was nothing. And then I was getting ready for that to happen with the Zords. Like, quick Zord formation. They do their finishing move straight
Episode
away.
done.
And then, bang, bashes the Phoenix back at them. And because I was sort of, like, dozing off almost at that point, because I'm like, yeah, I know what happened.
Yeah.
And it was just this moment like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened?
I had a moment like that, but we'll get to that soon. So Zordon says, all right, situation's bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. They've been in worse.
Yeah.
It's time to summon Tor, the Carrier Zord.
Yes.
It's got shielding power that can shield them.
Yep.
And it's got more firepower that can shoot.
Yes.
Alpha then calls it Tor the Shuttle Zord.
Yeah.
So within 2 lines of it being introduced, we've called it 2 different things.
It's so bad.
Fuck this show.
And it's also like, this is the exact same thing they do when they need to introduce something every
Yep.
time. It's so lazy. It's like, oh, now's the time to use this.
So here's the deal, right? This is the first time I've ever seen Tor.
Yeah.
Tor is a name that I knew.
Yeah.
And like, I think I kind of knew it was a turtley thing.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen Tor.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that the episode that introduced Tor would be a big deal.
Right? Like, Tor is kind of a big deal. He's a lot like Titanus, but that's fine. He's a big deal. Why do you not have an episode that's like, there's this threat that we need to overcome. We need to go on a quest to find Tor.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, he just fucking turns up.
Yeah.
Like, just like an old mate. You're like, oh, Tor, where you been? We haven't seen you in a few years. Good for you to show up right now.
Oh, boy.
I-
Okay.
Nah.
That's made up for
Yeah.
by the fact that it's a hella rad turtle Zord.
Yeah. He's so much cooler than Titanus.
He is.
Right?
Titanus never did anything.
No.
Like, Titanus' job was occasionally the others would go stand in it and it would be a big gun.
Yeah, it'd be some more guns.
In this, it's a participant in this whole fight.
Yeah. And it has character in a way that not many Zords do.
Which is bizarre because the only thing it does is move its head back and forth a little.
Yeah. But it's so charming.
Forehead flips it on its back
Yeah.
and its little legs just like...
considering this is his big entrance, it's kind of an unfortunate sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find it, but it's not a great character moment
No,
for
it's
Tor.
a real anticlimax for him to show up and instantly be flipped onto his back.
Yeah, to have a like, I've fallen and I can't get up moment.
But then the red Dragon Zord flips it over.
Yeah.
And it's like they're buds.
Yeah, it gives this like little nod, like, it's okay, buddy, I'm here for you. And I'm like, yes, I love this.
It's great. So then it stands up.
Yep.
Which is a thing it can do. And it's got little like machine gun hands.
Yeah, it has like a human head that flips out of its turtle head, and it turns into a robot in what should be the most lazy way.
It basically just stands up.
Yeah, but it's so cute.
Yeah,
that you kind of
it
like,
really is.
I forgive you, Tor.
If there's a legacy Tor,
Yeah.
I'm buying it straight away. I'm
Yeah.
already in love with Tor.
Yeah,
So it can open up.
yeah,
I was expecting it to become like a more human mode.
Yeah.
But what actually happens is the red Dragon Zord in warrior mode stands inside it and
Yep.
is like shielded.
yep. And then it gets charged up in some way.
Okay, this bit is unclear because it's inside it,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's standing on it, and the other Zords are attached.
Yeah, it seems to be charged up by some sort of like energy infrastructure inside
I
Tor.
think there's like a transformation sequence that we're kind of missing.
Yeah.
Okay, my notes for this bit are what the fuck, what the fuck.
See, I knew what was coming here, so I was so ready for this moment. But Michael had no idea what was about to happen. So you've got Tor,
Yep.
and then the assault team in their sort of like carrier formation sit on the back of Tor,
Yeah.
and then the Red Dragon Thunder Zord Warrior mode is on top of that, sticks his hand up in the air,
Holding his staffy thing.
yeah, spins it like a helicopter, like he would for like if it just with the carrier.
Yeah.
lifts the whole thing up, including Tor, way up into the air.
And just colony drops it onto the monster.
Yeah, we get this awesome like perspective shot of the monster looking up, and it looks really high. And the monster's like, "Oh shit!" The warrior mode Red Dragon Zord just stops the propeller. There's a moment, and then it like asteroids down.
So it like falls,
Yeah.
and then there's a beat, and we cut to a long shot
Yeah.
of it just crunching onto the ground and exploding.
yeah.
If they don't destroy every monster like that for the rest of the show, someone made a big mistake.
Yeah, I'm kind of sorry to tell you this. It doesn't happen that often. Like, it's actually pretty rare. But when it happens, it's pretty
the
good.
Best.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to explain to people who come on this show why Tor is so cool.
Yeah.
And they're not going to see that.
No.
Yeah, I'm on board for Tor.
Yeah. Tor's a cool guy.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for the forehead.
Yep.
Barely did anything except for that thing where it hit an attack.
Yeah, which is weird because, like, that was half a second. But it was so much cooler than most things most monsters ever get to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll talk about that more in the creature feature, but...
So back at the peace conference,
Yep.
It's over now.
Yep.
It went well, apparently.
Despite the kidnapping.
I'd call all of your attendees being kidnapped by monsters.
Yep.
I'd call that a bad peace conference.
But if they got to see Tor doing that thing,
No, that makes up for it.
best peace conference ever.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like, I understand that you're there for peace. I think you can make an exception if it's a giant turtle crushing a four-headed monster.
Can I just say,
Yep.
this episode was called A Monster of Global Proportions.
Yep.
It is a criminal sin
Yep.
that it was not called Tor and Peace.
Yes! Oh, man. Okay.
We need to go back in time
Yep.
and because it's unacceptable.
Like, there's a few things I can think about that are good reasons to invent time travel.
Yeah.
Like, you could avert some real tragedies.
Yep.
That's probably top of the list.
I definitely, there, then Hitler.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I'm ashamed that no one in the room pitched that.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit.
Imagine
isn't
if they'd pitched it and someone said, no, we're going to go with a monster of global proportions.
it? You'd slap them.
I want to slap them now.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end, basically.
Yeah, so
Billy gives a speech.
Yeah, it's a very earnest speech about peace and love, which is just fine.
You know, I mean, it's a good message.
Yeah.
I'm on board with everyone getting along and not killing each other.
Yeah.
And then occasionally colony dropping a tortoise from space to destroy giant monsters. This show. It's just an insane piece of television.
Yeah.
It preaches a whole thing about peace.
Yeah.
And about 17 minutes of the 19-minute show is someone punching someone else or destroying something else.
Yeah. But peace, though, Michael.
Peace.
It's
yeah.
important.
Yeah. Not on, like, other people, just space monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's certainly, like, they keep building up the World Peace Conference as a thing.
Yeah.
And it's definitely an ongoing concern. So I guess we'll see more of that next week.
I imagine we will, because we're not far away from that being a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, creature feature.
Yes, the Ranger Danger creature feature, where we rank the monsters of the show. Our job right now is to put Forehead on that list. Michael, initial thoughts about Forehead?
He wasn't great.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those weird situations where he's in a fight where something really cool happens, but that has nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that could have been done to Mr. Tickle Sneezer. It wouldn't make Mr. Tickle Sneezer better.
Yeah. Having said that, that moment where he bats the finishing move back,
It's pretty good.
pretty fucking cool.
And he's a pretty horrifying design.
Yeah, so I think at least top half of the list, if just for that moment.
Sure. How would you compare him to Goldar?
Oh, higher than Goldar.
Higher than Goldar?
Yep.
Higher than Lip Syncer?
That's a hard one, because Lip Sync had a much better power set and much more consistent gimmick.
Yeah. Okay. What about Mantis, the praying mantis monster?
Yeah, above Mantis, I
Above
think.
Mantis?
Just for that 1 half a second moment.
All right, well, why don't we just put him a little above Mantis at number 27?
Okay, yep.
That's a pretty good position for a monster who
Basically
really
does nothing, has no personality.
is barely in the episode. Yeah. All right.
Great.
Do you have anything else, Matt?
There is something I would like to say, Michael.
Sure.
It relates to the internet and our location on it. That's www.rangedangerpodcast.com.
Yep.
Email is a thing that exists. I have it. You probably have it.
I do have it.
Yeah. And if you, listener, if you have it, you can send an email from your email thing to our email thing using our address, which is rangedangerpodcast@gmail.com.
Please send us an email.
Yeah. We like them,
We like emails.
frankly. If you are a person who loves to Twitter tweet, then you can Twitter tweet our way using our Twitter tweet handle @RangerDcast.
You can also do that if you just like to regular tweet.
Why though? Like, why would you make that choice?
I don't know.
We are on iTunes as well,
Yep.
and Stitcher, and Facebook, and YouTube, and Google Plus.
Tune in.
Tune in if that's your deal.
I think that's all the...
We actually have a shop.
We do
Michael.
have a shop.
So if you want to buy something, I wouldn't recommend you buy something because we're the ones who sell it.
I did buy something, though.
Yeah.
I've got a great laptop skin on my laptop.
It looks pretty good. I would recommend this laptop skin. You can get that at rangedangerpodcast.com/shop.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So I guess next week is really our last proper episode with Jason, Trini, and Zach in it.
If you can call it a proper episode with
Yeah.
the minutes. So that's episode 86, Z Waves.
That's
That's not a pun, right? A Z...
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a thing.
If it's 22 minutes of Zed doing like a queen wave, I'd be pretty happy with that.
That's one of those things that would be not very funny.
Yeah.
Would go right into funny.
Yeah.
Would stop being funny.
Yep.
And then would pivot right back into funny.
Yep.
And would probably do that 4 or 5 times in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
It would be pretty good.
It won't be that.
No.
It's something to do with brainwashing something.
Probably.
I read the description on Netflix.
Oh, well, that ruins
I'm
it.
sorry, I couldn't help it.
Like, what if it was like that episode of Batman 66 where Batman and the Joker have a surf-off? Can you imagine if that was the case? It was like, Tommy, if you don't...
Zed waves.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Zed, Tommy...
Zed with Hawaiian shorts on.
Yes! If you don't beat me in this competition, you will lose your powers forever, and I will be the king of the waves. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be much worse than that. So we'll see you guys next week for that.
Bye, guys.